Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 4 of Pokemon Platinum. And I gotta give credit where credit is due. Gen 4 had some really catchy theme songs. That is actually something worth note. And unlike the sound chip on the Game Boy Advance, the Nintendo DS, they actually can hold some really good tunes. I mean, it's a better sound card altogether in the DS, which makes me miss the DS. I mean, I still have my DS. I could play it at any time. I could play Heart Gold at any time, and I've already beaten Heart Gold. But when it comes down to this game, this got some really good tracks. So what am I doing right now? I'm getting 3 Poketch coupons in order to get the Poketch. And here's the thing. We're not allowed to leave Jubilife City until we get the Poketch. Looker will pretty much send me back and prevent me from leaving Jubilife City until I get the Poketch. So there's 3 clowns that you're looking for, and each got a question that you can actually go to the academy in order to get the answer for. It's real simple, honestly. Just say yes 3 times, and you got every single coupon, and it's just 3 coupons. And once you get those coupons, you give it to the Poketch guy, he'll give you the Poketch. Now, the Poketch is going to be your key item because, and it's always going to be on, obviously, because the Poketch will actually look at the happiness of your Pokemon. Yeah, I think. Or is it also looks at what's in your item. No, it looks at what's in your lineup, the time that you have, and anything else in between. But Gen 4 may have started the Poketch. Gen 5 will get a lot more technical, and trust me, it gets a lot more technical. Which is why Gen 5 is the better game, and sadly the last good game in the series. Gen 6 mid, Gen 7 is, it's alright. Ultra Sun and Moon, I'm not too privy on Ultra Sun and Moon. Because once Ultra Sun and Moon is done, yeah, it's gonna go to Gen 8, and then that's when everything fails. Now we've got the Poketch. So, you have apps that basically will check the, actually the apps check the friendship if I'm not mistaken. Or is it the life or something like that? There's a calculator on there, and also there's, actually the Poketch checks the amount of money you save in the Bank of Mom. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is the last time you get money from the Bank of Mom. The Poketch will now save your money. So with that said, we only got a hop, skip, and a jump away to Oreburgh City. And we just left Sand Gem Town, but this is the map in general. And we can look in, and we can actually zoom in with the touchscreen, which is a highly detailed map, much more detailed than the other map. But we want to go to the left first, and there's a reason why. You want to talk to this guy and get the old rod. Yeah, if you have not gotten any water Pokemon, now would be a good time to get a water type. Since you have the old rod, you can go and catch water type Pokemon. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, what we'll get, well, I'll show you in just a moment. We're back here in Sand Gem Town. With the Y button, we can go and fish. Let's see what we get. yeah, that's right. This rod will make it to where Magikarp is, how shall I put this? The most prominent Pokemon you're gonna get. It's gonna be a rarity if you get any other low level Pokemon. But Old Rod, you're mainly gonna catch Magikarp. And it's gonna be more rarity if you're gonna catch higher than level 6. I ain't gonna lie to you. And all Magikarp is going to do is splash. I'm sorry. Sometimes I wish the Old Rod would actually give us some better Pokemon. I mean, the Old Rod gets better in Gen 5. That much is certain. They have fishing rods in Gen 5 and Gen 6. But they had all sorts of Pokemon in Gen 3. Like, for instance, a water ball. Or, yeah, no, actually, a fishing ball or something. No, netball, that's what it was. It was netball. And I'm gonna go and roulette and see if I can catch myself something bigger. First, give me some number. Sorry, that had to take some pain medicine. Yeah, my knee was starting to kill me, so I just stopped it up. Anywho, we're now having to face off against Magikarp. And Magikarp at level 10. So we're at the halfway point of Magikarp becoming a Gyarados if I catch this thing. The bad news is, what type of food or nature the Magikarp would be in. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna try. But for right now, I looked up and found a level 10 Magikarp. But primarily, Magikarp is what it's about. Actually, let me check my notes for a minute. I checked my notes and I lied. Actually, the netball is... Oh, almost. So, hold on. We're going to catch this Pokemon before I screw up. Yeah. I don't want this to die. Oh, no. Even though it'll give me a modicum of experience, a small amount, despite it being Magikarp, I'm going to go ahead and catch this Magikarp. Thankfully, burn doesn't last outside of battle. Thank God. But I made a mistake in my notes. None of the rods are in Pokemon Gen 5. So, Netball is in Gen 5 though. The Netball is in Gen 5 and it's going to be the main way for you to catch a Pokemon. Oh, and by the way, I ended up going to Route 209 in order to catch Bidoof. I mean, Bidoof, not Bidoof. I almost called it Bidoof. It's Bidoof. And there's a reason why I went and caught Bidoof. As you can see, absorbs the reason. You want to kill it. Okay, that's good. We can actually use the Pokeball right here and now in order to finish it off or catch it. The only thing I do like about Gen 8, Gen 9, that if you catch Pokeball, I mean, if you catch Pokemon, you gain experience points from it. That's the main thing I like about Gen 8 and Gen 9. They at least encourage you to catch Pokemon. And the more you catch, the more experience you get. Even though horde battles also work too. So we got ourselves a Bidoof. And Bidoof is the pre-evolved form of Rosalia. And also the first of the Rosalia line, with the last being Roserade. Roserade, yes. And Roserade is only available if you have managed to evolve Rosalia with a shiny stone. So let's see what we caught here. A careful nature. God damn it! Well, you're gonna be fast, but you're gonna be a really weak Pokemon. And Magikarp would be stupidly fast, but it would be a weak Pokemon too. So, on that note, I'll go ahead and go to the Pokemon Center. I'm gonna try to cut out any trips to the Pokemon Center because it's basically gonna be considered grinding at this point. So, anytime we have to go to the Pokemon Center, I'm cutting it out. That way it won't be too long. And moreover, random encounters, I'm cutting them out too unless they're new Pokemon that I ran into. And sadly, folks, the old rod is only going to be for to catch Magikarp. But hey, having a level 10 Magikarp this early is pretty good. And now that we got the Pokédex, we can go to the route leading to Oreburgh City. But before we do, you might want to catch a hold of that, the Quick Claw. Ladies and gentlemen, that is actually going to help your slow Pokemon actually get the upper hand. We're gonna definitely need that. Don't leave Jubilife City without the Quick Claw. Promise you, it'll come in handy. And there are heal balls here in Jubilife City. So that would be a best interest to you to go buy some heal balls before going any further. Because anything you want to heal, any Pokemon you want to use right then and there, you can use a heal ball on and it'll actually be already in battle. And in case you're wondering what those words are that keep being used, I keep pushing Y instead of X, which X is the menu. We're gonna give you the heal ball. No, not the heal ball, I meant the Quick Claw. That's what I meant to say. We're gonna give him the Quick Claw. And this Badoo will give her the Quick Claw. Come on. Give. Not the old rod. Let's see. There we go. We'll give it the Quick Claw. And there's a good reason why you want to do that. Giving Pokemon items will raise their friendship. Funnily enough, I would be remiss to say, what am I doing by the way? Oh, right. I was literally dozing off while trying to go to the next area. Oh, and we're about to run into Perry. But as I was saying, the items that you give to Pokemon that have friendship evolutions will increase their friendship. So if you give them a holding item and trust them with it, they'll actually increase their friendship. Something like a berry or something like that. But if it's a man-made machine, they're not going to be able to do anything with it. But there's a reason why I switched to Chimchar. You'll understand later. Actually, no, you'll understand now. And the good reason is, I'm also trying to share experience. So that way all of my Pokemon will at least be at level 10, if not level 13. Because we want to be stronger than the Oreburgh City Gym. At least the people that I'm going to be running into it with. And that's going to be Bidoof, if it evolves into Beaverl. Chimchar, which will evolve into Monferno. I mean, it's going to be a suicidal thing if Monferno isn't fast enough. God, I hate nature so much. But the other one we're going to do is Bidoof. I mean, Badoo. Why do I keep calling it Bidoof? I have Bidoof and Badoof, and it's mixing things up. Anyway, Badu, which I hope by the time we get to Oreburgh, it becomes Rosaria. Rosalia, yes. So Rosalia would actually help because it actually is stronger than Badu. And we're going at his Pipluff with Shinx. And I was hoping that Shinx would actually learn an electric attack and learn charge, but yeah, it's not going to learn anything until it gets to level 15, I do believe? Yes. Well, at least level 13. So, we'll just keep smacking him. He's doing the exact same thing he did to my Chimchar back in part 1. And you know, here's the thing. The only reason why I'm hurting that Pipluff is because of rivalry. Because we're both males. That's the only reason I'm hurting this Pipluff. And even then, that's not enough. But we do have battle items though. 1X attack coming up. Which will undo everything that Pipluff just did. Oh, now it's going to start using POW. There we go, and a critical hit. So we've avenged our loss to Barry. Unlike with Gen 1, it doesn't matter how many times you want to lose to Barry, so long as you go through the game. But bear in mind, once you get to endgame and you get to a post-game area called the... I forgot what that tower is called. But whatever the case, it's a post-game area where you can constantly battle Barry anytime you want. By then he would have a completed team. Still, it doesn't matter. We're gonna be right back, actually. Sorry about that, I had to get myself something to eat. My medicine, it has that little side effect, so it was making me hungry. With that said, I'm skipping as many battles as humanly possible to try to make things go a little bit faster. And we haven't even gotten to the first gym yet. Probably going to be in the first gym by part 6 at least. Because, yeah, Gen 4 can drag on. I'm trying not to drag on. But folks, I am going to warn you, it will change between day and night during the recording, because unlike with the Game Boy Advance emulator, which is Visual Boy with Gen 3, Gen 4's emulator of Destiny May actually acknowledges time, and it actually is keeping up with the computer's clock. So therefore, if your clock is matching the clock of your computer, it's going to be nighttime, it's going to be daytime, you're going to catch certain Pokemon, you'll have events happening at night. So, needless to say, if it takes me like a day or two to get through an event, that's the reason why. And from this game onward, it's basically the same thing. And you know, I would really wish that charge actually worked. Hold on. What does charge do besides raise my special attack? Oh god, it's just a move that doubles electricity. Shinx hasn't learned anything yet, and won't learn any electric attacks until level 13, when it's 2 levels away from evolving. God damn it. It's okay. It's alright. I'll make it work. Unfortunately, right now, I've got my Shinx confused. Good news is, at least if Badu got confused, I could switch Badu out and it would be instantly healed. And also instantly heal to poison. That is the good thing of having a Pokemon with a natural remedy. So, on that note, I'm just going to go ahead and get potion. And we'll just keep the pressure going. And ladies and gentlemen, I should mention again, Zubat will appear at nighttime. If I run into Zubat, I am going to ignore it because no, I am not going through the trouble of catching a Zubat. That's just stupid. And am I just hitting my own self? I didn't use a special attack. And this thing is just going to... Oh my god, I missed the tackle. I missed the damn tackle. Why does this keep happening? You know, once Shink starts learning electric type attacks, it's going to be over for this game. Plain and simple. If Shinx actually lands them first. I find it funny that move with high percentage keeps whiffing the way it does. First with Bidoof and now with Shinx. I don't understand it. I literally don't. But we got rid of youngster Michael. So we are heading to our Oreburgh Pass, but... Wait, hold on. I just saw an item over there. I'm gonna get it. And get it we shall. But we're gonna have to come back here in the nighttime to show off nighttime because this game actually works with the game's clock. So I'll be right back. And of course, we run into trainers during the nighttime too, not just the daytime. Nothing happens with their levels with you, but there's certain trainers you can only fight at night and certain trainers you can only fight during the day, or I should say certain events that happen during the night, certain events that happen during the day. But they don't affect the story. I mean, like those special events that happen during the night, during the day, or there's something optional I can do. But there's things that also happen during the day and during the night. That would be evolutions. Some evolutions will happen during the day and some will happen during the night. I'm pretty sure Umbreon is one of those evolutions that happens during the night and Espeon during the day. But I do know this, Gen 5 goes out of its way to make the evolutions a little bit harder, because they depend on certain times of areas. You know, it depends on, I'm trying to say, it depends on what area that you're in when you actually face them. So yeah. And I'm switching out Pokemon too, by the way. And what do we have here? Are you kidding me? This man's coming at me with a fucking Magikarp. A Magikarp, by the way, that doesn't know Tackle. Which is odd because in Diamond and Pearl, this Magikarp actually learned Tackle. Yeah, that's another thing I should mention. Diamond and Pearl is completely different from Platinum. Platinum made some changes. Among them being at least Magikarp only knows Splash for this trainer. But the changes also comes in with the 3rd, 4th, and 5th gym. Everything just completely changes with that gym. With those 3 gyms. And you basically need to take different measures to go to the next gym. After the 2nd one. And then you'll be back on track. And by the way, I'm using my mouse as a stylus because that's how this game works. But you can still use the buttons to activate for the bottom screen. And he's just gonna keep splashing too, isn't he? Yep. A level 8 Magikarp. That's just sad. I have a level 10, so I can't speak. I really can't, but at least mine is closer to being a Gyarados than that one. And Bidoof just went to level 6. Oh, I am definitely going to be grinding off screen just so I can get everybody to level 12 so we can get through the Oreburgh Pass and get to Oreburgh City without any problems. Ah, it's a fucking Zubat. You know what? Let's just kill it. Of course you're gonna use these. Like, why wouldn't you? And yes, Zubats are in this area. So now that I showed that off, any subsequent Zubats are gonna be skipped. Okay, stop that. It got annoying the first couple of times, and it's still annoying now. But I am taking care of all the enemies here because the Ravage Path is where we need to go next once we get to Oreburgh. Oreburgh actually will have the badge which will allow you to use Rock Smash to smash the blocks that's in the way. And it's certain blocks, by the way, too. It's not just some rocks that's just in the area. We're gonna have to switch Pokemon to Chimchar. Now, mind you, if you would have picked Piplup, you'd have a problem because you have to wait until at least level 9 with your Starly in order for it to learn Wing Attack, so that way this trainer won't be a problem due to the fact that Piplup is a water type. Oh yeah, that's right. Badoo knows water sports, so that way fire attacks will be weakened. Yeah, that is a thing, by the way, and Gen 3 also introduced that. I mean, Gen 3 can introduce good things, and it also can introduce terrible things. I mean, there's not much you can do in this point right here. I'm just taking care of business so that we can go into the path no problem. So on that note, let's go back to our route. Because we ended up running into another Zubat. And Trainer! Yes, Trainer. Let's see. Oh, a Shinx! You're gonna bring a Shinx to battle. Well, the trainers here have only one Pokemon. There's one specific one that has like 3. So it shouldn't be that much of a problem. And the one with 3 is low level, so there is that. Anyway, how I'm going to handle this is real simple. Once I get like a base, there's something for base coverage, because unfortunately I won't have anything to cover ghost types just yet. When I get something for ghost types, specifically for the 3rd gym, then I'm gonna get rid of one of my water types. It would most likely be Gyarados, but I'm gonna need him first. Well, if I evolve, oh wait, that's right, Bibero can't learn Surf. He can learn Waterfall though, and I'm gonna need a Waterfall slave. Ah, boy. And Taunt actually did work, which is ironic. Because that never worked for me. Not once. Oh well. You only got 4 more levels with Chimchar before Chimchar becomes a Monferno. And Monferno is fighting and fire, which is great. Because that means if it learns Rock, when it learns the HM Rock Smash will do more damage due to it being a fighting type. Oh no, well, I'm switching out. Nope. I'm gonna switch out for Magikarp. Okay, fine. Experience share it is. Experience share it is. Oh, it's a good thing I switched out too. Bidoof would have been slaughtered. But for some with that low kick. I don't know why. And now that I stop to think about it, I checked Magikarp's stats. Magikarp has a speed of 23. What is this? Yeah, Magikarp literally started off with a speed of 23 but have no moves whatsoever. You can't make this shit up. I'll just have to work with it, folks. I'm just gonna have to work with it. And Magikarp ended up going to no levels. They just learned 42 experience points. Yay, share experience. Yeah, we're gonna have to retreat for now. I'll be right back. And I am... Actually, no, we didn't retreat. We had, cut out a battle. That's what we did, and we're right in front of Oreburgh, by the way. The Oreburgh Pass. Let's heal our Bidoof. Because we're gonna need that in just a little bit. And heal our Chimchar too, because we're gonna need that too. Why? Another trainer. And this one had a nifty gym badge. Okay. What do you have that got that gym badge? Oh, the hell with you! Okay, fine. Badoo, come out. Psyduck, really? I want a Psyduck. That would save me so much problems, and I wouldn't have to try to evolve Badoo. If I wasn't trying to. Oh wait, that's right. Badoo knows Water Sport. Yes. If I wasn't to try to evolve Bidoof, I would not have a water type at all. Let's just keep using Absorb. And be careful, because that Psyduck will actually hurt. Because it just used Tail Whip. And I may have to retreat yet again. We're literally right there in the pass. Alright, let's finish this. Oh, and the Quick Claw actually worked. And there goes that. Oh wait, the Psyduck's still alive. Damn it, it only took a small modicum. Yeah, I'm gonna have to retreat after this trainer. Yep. Take that, Psyduck. And it's done. I'm gonna have to retreat and go back to the Pokemon Center. Yay, Bidoof grow to level 8. And Badoo's growing too to level 8. I'm gonna have to level you up in the daytime, unfortunately. Alright. We will have to retreat. And hold on. We got X-Defend. Nice. Let's move a little bit further. And what's here? Oh, a Kricketot. That is something that's roaming the grass at night. You wanna know what also roam the grass at night? Burmies. You see a Burmy, you don't catch that thing. Excuse me one second, I gotta check my nose for Burmy. I talked a lot of smack last part, I need to talk some smack this part. Okay, Burmy is absolute dog shit. Here's the thing. Burmy has 4 evolution types. And it all depends on what type of Burmy you catch. If you catch a male, he transforms into Mothim. But there is only male Mothams. But if you catch a female, you you have one of three worm madams. Either the leaf worm madam, the trash worm madam, or the sand worm madam. Either way, all three are terrible in their own right because Burmy's stats is garbage. By the way, Burmy only learns Bug Bite for Platinum at level 15. And also, I should mention something else. All of those evolutions are at level 15. No, one of those is level 16. The rest of them, I do believe. Hold on. What exactly caused them to evolve? Oh, right. Remember I said that the EV line evolved into certain areas, and that would be like Glaceon and also Leafeon? Well, in the case, and I said that in Gen 3. Well, in the case of Burmy, Worm Madam only evolves in 3 different areas. If you reach level 20 with Burmy in a grass area, it becomes Grass Worm Madam. If you turn Burmy into Worm Madam in the cave at level 20, it'll become Sandy Worm Madam. And if you evolve Burmy in a building at level 20, it becomes Trash Worm Madam. And Motham is level 20 only. To be perfectly honest, none of Burmy's forms is great. And it's complete dog shit. Absolute dog shit. There we go, Starly. Get some level. And please learn. Oh, okay. We're gonna keep you. We're gonna keep battling. Go for the jugular! The jugular! Let's see if we can quickly end this match right here. We can't. And that's the thing, I shouldn't use, like, growth before actually using absorb. That would make things a lot easier, but we're good. More! Abra. No, we're gonna keep you out here. And yes, there is an Abra that does show up at night. Just thought I'd point that out to you. You find an Abra and you manage to catch it, good. Abra will end up becoming Kadabra, but you still have to use trade evolution in order to evolve Kadabra to Alakazam. And Starly learned Wing Attack. Nice. That is what's up. So that Grass Trainer, we won't have to worry about that, because we'll have 2 Pokemon ready for that. So now we can go into the caves. Hold on, before we do, let's see what route we're in. It's Route 203. So yeah, this is leading to Oreburgh City. So waiting for us, you'd think that a hiker would actually come after you, but those are the hiker models. Or at least the hiker sprites. But waiting for you is a guy that's going to give you the Hidden Machine Rock Smash. However, you can't necessarily use Rock Smash outside of battle until you get the Oreburgh City Gym's Coal Badge. And let me remind you all, until you get the Coal Badge, any Pokemon 20 or higher will not listen to you. So, yeah, bear that in mind. Let's go on ahead and get that Hidden Machine so I can have at least one advantage in the Oreburgh City Gym battle. I'm going to need Jesus. I am going to need Jesus for that battle, or at least a lot of grinding. Let's remove the Leer. Yes, there will be no Leering Center here, ladies and gentlemen. No Leering for us. I would get rid of Scratch, but no, Leer's gonna go. if I get a better TM, hopefully a fighting one, and hopefully Chimchar will evolve by then, I will put it on to Chimchar. And now we can give Rock Smash to Bidoof, so that Bidoof will actually be worth a damn. And speaking of being worth a damn, we've run into trainers in the Oreburgh Pass. We only have 2. Camper Curtis and Upstart. Well, let's switch out Pokemon and start preparing to give Belt to Asks. My Chimchar needs the experience points. I want him to be a Monferno by the time we get to Oreburgh City Gym. And of course it lands a critical hit because it's slow as hell. Alright! The burn for the win, baby! So, that growl ain't gonna matter because Ember is not a physical attack. And down it goes. I think we got one more Pokemon left to deal with. Shinx. I'm gonna switch Pokemon. Who shall I? Yeah, let's switch to Magikarp. Magikarp needs some more experience points. Yeah, we're gonna use Magikarp as this experience share slave, unfortunately. And we'll switch back to Chimchar, and we'll take care of business. And oh great, it's using the Leer. This is not the Leering Center, thank you. Now get wrecked. Oh boy. I am still under the effects of Leer. Wait, actually no I'm not, because I traded out my... No wait, no, I am still under the effects of Leer because he's using on me, but still. Well, at least we managed to beat Camper Curtis. But we still got a lot more trainers to deal with, and we'll be dealing with them in the next episode of Pokemon Platinum. This is RFman985. Peace out and take care as we go through the rest of Oreburgh Pass. Man, it's going to be a